As you can see, I'm holding the gizzard in place, but you know that it'll disappear in another few moments. I don't know what the hell is going on with my hair. Can you see the shampoo has made it bright purple again? I'm kind of liking the old lady purple look, but it's like my shampoo has taken control of how things are going to be. And yeah, before we start, can I just say, I really hate Office 365 for Mac. Like, and I know that I've become one of those people that the IT will hate, but I knew how the old one worked. But, you know, the Mac told me I had to get a new one. That one wasn't supported. And yeah, I just really hate trying to figure it out. Also, you will be pleased to note the spot that I've been massively conscious of for the entire week seems finally to be healing a little bit. Guys, remember, because I know you never watch to the end, please, 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 please comment, like, share. The sharing bit is especially important to me because you know that if people like my page, that makes me feel like the world loves me. But more importantly is that there are other people out there suffering with mental illness who perhaps could get something out of this. But mainly it's the look at me. And that is what I really want to talk about today. But before I do, I want to tell you something just logistical. So I have made a huge decision. I have decided to give up on Instagram. I really hate it, actually. I mean, I like taking photos of pictures of flowers and stuff like that. But as a marketing tool for my writing and for the anxiety, like, it's just a big mission. And I figure that, you know, it's aimed at people who are a shitload younger than me and who really probably not that interested in anything I have to say. Certainly they don't give me the affirmation that everybody does on Facebook. So I'm giving up on that and I'm turning it back into a personal account. So if you watch these things on Instagram, sorry for you. Okay. So let's get back to what I really wanted to talk about today. So yesterday I had this giant festa as I was lying in bed last night. Now you would think with all the medication that I take at night that I wouldn't have time to festa before the Stilnox kicks in. But the problem is giving me the slow release Stilnox, which means I take it, but then I have like a good 2 hours to like worry before I fall asleep. And so I spend the evening, you know, usually like you take it and then you're doing other things and then it's bedtime and you go to sleep. But not me. I take it and then I lie in bed and festa. So I was having a good old festa last night that maybe I kind of like this diagnosis too much. You know, on the one hand, when I was sitting in that, so you got to know, like a psychiatrist's office is like, it's like a corporate office was 20 years ago, you know, like with the full makeup furniture and the sort of semi-comfortable chairs, and we all sit in the chairs, you know, the chairs that your boss used to make you sit in when you had done something really bad and they wanted to have a heart talk with you. So it's a little bit like that. And when I sat in there, and I was, you know, the psychiatrist had asked me a slew of questions about the family and my history, and, you know, I haven't quite told him about the time I threw a knife at somebody, but it was a long time ago. And he said to me, do you know what? I don't think you have depression. I think you have depressive tendencies, but actually I think you have this generalized anxiety disorder. And in that moment, I know that a lot of people sitting in a psychiatrist's office and being kind of said, here is a diagnosis. I had fought against a diagnosis for ages. I mean, really, my poor sister fled the country to get away from me in the months after Josh died because I'd just been spending, you know, most of the day lying on the bed feeling sorry for myself or snarling at people, you know. So I'd been resisting having a diagnosis. I really felt quite strongly like I don't, you know, want to fit in anyone's model. But actually when he said to me, you have anxiety, and his suspicion is that actually I've had anxiety for most of my life, but it is just more acute given the circumstances. I have to say that what I felt in that moment was relief. Just so much felt like, oh, that's why I do that. So the lists, the lying awake at night, the worrying about things that I cannot possibly control, the replaying of every conversation about what I could have done differently, you know, all the witty comebacks that I have designed at like 3 a.m. Like I could write like, I don't know, like an Encyclopedia Britannica on all the amazing things that put downs I have invented when there's been no one else awake to tell them. You know, very occasionally I do have one that's really good, and then I wake up Shannon. But bizarrely, at 3 a.m, he never seems to think that they're like as clever as I do. Anyway, so I'm lying in bed last night and I'm thinking, okay, like I'm doing these Facebook Lives, and I enjoy doing the Facebook Lives, and I must say it gives me lots of affirmation, but also lots of comfort. All the comments that you leave and the number of people who've reached out to me privately and shared their experiences. It's been terrifically useful to me, but maybe, and this is my worry, it's also been a little bit, there's a piece of me that feels maybe a little bit like, you know, those kids who are in the playground going, Mommy, look at me, Mommy, 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 Mommy. I'm reminded of that, was it the Superman movie where the kids going, Mommy, 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 because there's a superhero flying next to the car, and the mother's going like, kid. Do you see how irritating it is? Well, I feel a little bit like that, you know. I feel a little bit like I'm making myself special doing all these Facebook Lives. And so that is kind of like what I worry about in the middle of the night. Oh, look, relief. Here comes Rhoda. Yay, thank you, Rhoda. Rhoda keeps me going throughout the day. She arrives at like regular intervals and brings me water and tea. I tried to make tea for her the other day, but she told me that my tea tastes really bad. So now I just graciously accept the tea that she makes for me every day, because she does make amazing tea. So anyway, that is what I was lying in bed festering about last night. It's like, okay, so you have this thing, but is it possible, those of you who have experience in these things, please share with me, is it possible that you can get like kind of over-attached to a psychiatric diagnosis? Certainly it's something I see the psychiatrist again on Friday, and it's something I'm going to be asking him, is like, you know, maybe I'm just a little bit too attached, a little bit too in love with it. And at times maybe I am using it as a crutch. I don't know. Hey, Shakira. Shouldn't you be training somebody? Shakira is my very, very, very patient trainer who puts up with me coming up with increasingly unbelievable excuses about why I can't work out. I'll be back soon, I promise. On that note, I think, I'm not sure if I told you, there's a fly here. I'm not sure if I told everybody, but I did have a bit of a breakthrough this week. The cat went to the vet because the cat has been limping. So the cat went to have x-rays. There is nothing wrong with the cat. The cat is just having a limp. We think it's probably pulled a muscle. But actually, I was here on my own, and Shannon was busy, and my sister, who's on holiday here, was out doing like holiday stuff instead of chores for me. And I went and collected the cat on my own. I didn't kill anybody. I was nice to the receptionist. So that felt like a bit of a breakthrough, because that felt like, hey, I'd left the house. I did something that is actually, I find going to the vet quite stressful, because I'm always convinced that, you know, there's going to be a dog fight, or my cat will break loose and run across the road or something. I don't know. It's always one of those things that I found really stressful, and I did it. So I feel like, hey, that is a massive step in the right direction. So, you know, I'm going to try and do one or two small little getting out the house things in the coming weeks. I would really like to get back to Shakira, because I can't see Shakira at the moment because I can't really face the gym. But Shakira, I have been swimming every day now that it's swimming season. Yeah, so anyway, guys who suffer with these things, tell me, what do you think? Can you be too in love with your diagnosis? Am I too in love with my diagnosis? Should I be just shutting the hell up and taking the pills and just getting on with life? Tell me what you think. And remember, comment and like and share. And don't look for me on Instagram because I'm not doing that anymore. See you tomorrow. Why won't you end? There we go.